This is bull. You know what? That's not me, although it is occasionally. That is right-wing MAGA and conservatives who are up in arms, no pun intended, about reporting coming out of Axios that Donald Trump's about to strike a deal with Iran in terms of its nuclear capabilities that looks an awful lot like what Barack Obama did and Donald Trump criticized. The thing that let me just remind this addle-brained commander-in-chief, the thing that we don't want Iran to be able to do is to continue to enrich uranium. Every senator said the same thing. Every president in the last 3 has said the same thing. Marco Rubio, when he was once a senator, used to say the same thing. And now the deal that's coming out is apparently going to allow Iran to continue to enrich uranium. I'm Michael Popok. I'm enriched. I'm enriched by your presence here on Legal AF. Take a moment, hit the free subscribe button. Here's the reporting that's coming out. It's hard to believe that I have to report on this, but as Mark Dubowitz, CEO of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, wrote, President Trump, all of his top officials, 52 GOP senators and 177 House Republicans demanded zero enrichment capability and full dismantlement of Iran's nuclear program. Now, the U.S. is offering a deal that lets Iran keep enriching. What is going on? Now, remember, Trump, during the first administration, almost immediately pulled the United States out of Barack Obama's what's referred to as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, or we also refer to as the first Iran nuclear deal. And everybody went, they're all happy about it. Now, the reporting coming out through Marco Rubio and all, and leaks that are obvious there, is that Steve Witkoff, who, by the way, just a moment, a side note, Steve Witkoff is your Secretary of State. It may look like Marco Rubio with the flag and the tie and the oil painting and whatever, the photography. Steve Witkoff, Donald Trump's golf buddy, the one who testified for him in a phony way in his civil fraud case in New York, the one who got him into crypto and introduced him to the 2 tech bros that underlined World Liberty Financial, who went to jail, at least one of them, that guy is the one cutting the deals. He's the guy with no envoy or diplomatic experience, no negotiating experience other than doing deals in Florida and New York real estate. He's the one cutting the deals with Iran. They must be rubbing their hands in glee. But when Axios's Barak Ravid reported that the Trump administration was close to this deal to allow enrichment, the Trump administration has not denied it. Here's what Carolyn Levitt had to say. President, and she's lying when her lips move when she speaks. Get it? President Trump has made it clear that Iran can never obtain a nuclear bomb. Special Envoy Witkoff has sent a detailed and acceptable proposal to the Iranian regime, and it's in their best interest to accept it. Out of respect for the ongoing deal, the administration will not comment on details of the proposal to the media. I can tell you that online people are livid. Fox News' Mark Levin wrote in response to Dubowitz's tweet that I just read you, can this be true? We will know very soon. Senate must use its treaty power either way. In other words, let's fix this. That's Mark Levin, major podcaster for the right wing, begging the MAGA Senate to fix this problem. Similarly, National Review's senior writer Noah Rothman wrote, hey, this looks strikingly like Obama's nuclear deal. If the modest amendments Trump's team made to the JCPOA, that's that first Iranian deal that was struck by Obama, are enough to compel Iran to object to it, formally or otherwise, the prospects for a deal that satisfies the West's concerns are next to nil. Or, as Marina Medvin wrote, this is embarrassing. Again, she's conservative. For the record, she continues, capitulating to Iran to avoid war in order to allow them to complete their terror arsenal doesn't actually avoid war at best. It pushes war back a bit. But this isn't avoidance. It's just kicking it down the line. And here comes the quote, wait for it, from Marina Medvin. This is bull, fill in the blanks. And we'll post it there. And the list goes on. Anybody that considers themselves a hawk, somebody that's interested in restraining and reining in the terror power of Iran is livid. That's why Israel is on the sidelines going, yeah, we don't like the Witkoff deal. And they're actually considering, this is already leaked out, bombing Iran back to the dark ages when it comes to their nuclear capacities, and doing it by way of some well-placed jets and some bombs, because they're not buying that Donald Trump and his Donald Trump's plan here is good for them at all, or that region. This is yet another example, and the list goes on. It's a limitless list, apparently, of Donald Trump backpedaling, backstabbing, and reneging on promises that he made. He wants to be this big tough guy, and yet when the chips are down, he basically says, well, maybe Barack Obama was right. Why doesn't he just, instead of trying to get out of the World Health Organization and trying to get out of the any type of the environmental accords, the Paris Accords, why don't you just figure out what is working, figure out what's in the America's best interest, and leave it the F alone? I don't know how to put this any simpler. This is a terrible deal for America if it goes forward. And that's why conservative columnists and others are calling for the Senate to do their jobs and make sure this doesn't see the light of day. They got to take out of that deal and not approve it, because it's got to get approved by the Senate. That's why, in our checks and balance system, Donald Trump may think whatever Witkoff negotiates and he signs is enough, but Senate can't be a doormat here. We have to force them to step up, use their treaty powers appropriately, and make sure this never sees the light of day. It is that important. If we don't remove it, we're going to go closer to that giant clock is going to click ever closer to World War III, because Israel is not going to take this lying down. They're going to bomb Iran. Tehran is not going to be happy with that. And then we're going to have the whole Middle East go up in flames and a nuclear cloud and a mushroom. All because Donald Trump can't figure out and can't focus on negotiation. He's so busy trying to retaliate and be vindictive against people he perceives as his enemies, and to go after the media, and to go after public universities, and to go after everything domestically that drives him up the wall and mad as a hatter, that he's completely ignoring and is completely derelict in his responsibilities to national security and foreign policy. That's it, man. That's where we are. I'll continue to follow it right here on Legal AF and on the Midas Touch Network, and bring you all the updates as this lands on the Senate's desk, whether they like it or not. And they're going to have to get rid of it once it's announced that this is the deal. Stop Iranian or uranium enrichment. I can't put it on a bumper sticker. I can't put it any simpler. Thanks for being here at the intersection of law and politics. I'm Michael Popok. Take a moment, hit the subscribe button. Come on over to Substack, Legal AF Substack. We're growing that audience. We're going to hit 70,000 in about a week. Here, we're going to hit 700,000 in about a week or so as well, all because of you. So until my next report, I'm Michael Popok. Can't get your fill of Legal AF? Me neither. That's why we formed the Legal AF Substack. Every time we mention something in a hot take, whether it's a court filing or a oral argument, come over to the Substack. You'll find the court filing and the oral argument there, including a daily roundup that I do called, wait for it, Morning AF. What else? All the other contributors from Legal AF are there as well. We got some new reporting. We got interviews. We got ad-free versions of the podcast and hot takes. Where? Legal AF on Substack. Come over now to free subscribe.